UA Dreadnought Dunker. I'm going to assume most of y'all know how to special summon these things, so I'm not going to mention that. This does piercing, and when it does damage, it blows up a car on the field. This is a level 7. Some people may think that the levels don't matter. I will respectfully disagree. Most of the time, it doesn't matter, but there may be a time where this is the only UA you have. Now, if that happens, you did something wrong, but it's possible. Because it's a level 7 requires 2 tributes. I don't want to ever tribute for any of these motherfuckers besides the 1 tributes, which is why I'm going to say you play one of this if you're playing it at all. However, this card could be considered the 4th Mighty Slugger, because for the most part, Mighty Slugger prevents everything from happening when it attacks, right? But sometimes you don't want that to happen. This does piercing, so if you have a jersey equipped to it, it could potentially do a lot of damage and blow up a car in the field, which is really nice. So in a way, you're kind of seeing what your opponent has, and it does piercing. And if there's a jersey on it, puts this at 35. They're going to be forced to deal with this, and you'd rather this get dealt with over your Mighty Slugger. Opinion? A one of seems fine. Rival Rebounder. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, probably will never be happening, even though you have turnover tactics in midfielder, but midfielder is usually going to be put back in the hand of summon a UA, so that's not going to happen. Or normal summon. That's going to happen. You can special summon 1 UA monster from your hand to graveyard since it gets it from potentially 2 zones. It does not target, except Rival Rebounder. You can only use this effect once per turn. We're going to take out the special summon part. When this card is normal summon, it's a level 6. You contribute 1 monster for it. If you tribute a UA for it, you get it back with Rival Rebounder. Does not prevent it from attacking, does not negate its effects. It's Gucci, and it turns on turnover tactics if you were playing it. Even though it's better than Dunker, I would still play one of this, primarily because you can't get back Rival Rebounder. So, having one in the deck, to me, makes sense. To activate this during your opponent's turn, you can. If it comes out of the deck off of turnover tactics, then you get it that way. You could possibly have like 3 monsters out on your opponent's turn, thanks to turnover tactics. UA signing deal. I guess this wouldn't be a sports-related archetype if they didn't have one of those. Special summon UA monster from your deck, but its effects negated. Also cannot be used as sync material or exceeds material for a summon. Then you lose life equal to the level of the monster you special summon by this effect times 300. You can only activate 1 signing deal per turn. You could tell that I have learned to read so well. Thank you, Hooked on Phonics. It worked for me. Even though I do not like losing random ass life for shit, I'm still playing 3 of this for a few reasons. Reason number 1, it doesn't limit what UA monsters you summon, even though depending on the level you lose more life. Okay. Does this mean that you're not going to be playing Solemn Scalding? Oh wait, I didn't mention that. So you could play Solemn Scalding in an Ultra Athlete deck because you normally don't set a lot of shit. So Solemn Scalding? Now, since this card's out, are you still playing Solemn Scalding? And if you're playing Solemn Scalding, how many are you playing? I don't like having an overlap of life loss. I'd rather play 3 of this over Scalding. I'm just saying. There's like no comparison, no debating. 3 of this. This is kind of sort of midfielder searchers 4 through 6. I also did mention in a video previous about Thousand Blades and Assault Halberd. And I stand by that shit, because sometimes you want some tribute fodder. Speaking of, segues into the next good thing about this. It does not have some stupid ass restriction that you can only activate it if you control no monsters, or if your opponent controls monsters and you don't. You can summon your shit and then play Signing Deal. It doesn't limit you from summoning Ultra Athletes for that turn. No, you just lose life. I'm cool with that. You can't use it for material for shit. Who cares? I'd rather have the shit on the field anyway. Smash face. And they go back and run and summon the big defense fucker. That's how the deck works, right? Mighty Slugger hits you in the face with a bat, and then it goes back and Perfect Ace plays defense till your next turn, and then Jersey on a Mighty Slugger, and then the game should be over by then. And I guess this wouldn't be a sports-related archetype, and apparently Ultra Athletes can still violate the rules and end up in a penalty box. This is a continuous trap, considering it's a box, fairy box, mystic box. Mystic box is a spell. At the start of the damage step, if your UA monster battles an opponent's monster, you can banish that opponent's monster until your opponent's second end phase. You can only use this effective penalty box once per turn. Doesn't this somewhat contradict with Jersey? You want to kill the monster, right? I'm just saying, it's not some shit that you want to do, maybe with the dunker with a Jersey on it and deal damage, kill the monster, attack again. I'm just saying, this is like a complete contradiction. It's free, but it probably won't matter often. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add one UA spell card from your deck to your hand. So you mean to tell me that Jersey Stadium and Turnover Tactics have the searcher? Does this mean you're even going to play Turnover Tactics? I don't know. Considering that this is a trap, it's usually bad by nature. However, if your opponent spaces this thing, and this is quick-like, it doesn't have any really stupid restriction, you can play as many penalty boxes from the graveyard as you want to search those things that you want. And it makes it really fucked up for your opponent. Like, do you really want to space this shit? But then it's like, if they don't space it, how are you going to get the effect off? Or you just don't set it and you have a perfect ace and you just discard this for perfect ace and then you get your card. Now, I'm not saying that it's a good idea, but I will not be surprised if people did that. I'm going to at least try penalty box just for the searchability. I don't like terraforming. I've said this many times. I just want to see if penalty box is good enough to not play terraforming. I know I'm playing 3 Jersey, and of course you play 3 Stadium. How many turnover tactics? Not sure. Konami said Burning Abyss was over as far as dedicated support to them. They didn't say nothing about Ultra Athletes, so does that mean we're getting more Ultra Athlete support in Clash of Rebellions? In the event that we're not, well, you know, it was a good run. Some of y'all might be wondering why I did not react over the lack of a UA level 4. Signing deal exists. So if you really want the midfielder, you can get to it. Having the level 4 would have made things more consistent. Would have basically said, fuck Thousand Blades Assault Halberd, in my opinion, but we got signing deal. It's the closest thing, and I'm fine with that. It's fine. It's not a big deal to me. Even though having the level 4 would have just made things so much simpler, but what can you do about it? So, on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If you'd like to support me in some form or fashion, all I ask is you spend literally seconds out today and click an advertisement. I will be grateful, appreciative, and I'm going to say thank you very much in advance if you can find some time to do that. Now, for those people that wonder why I even like this archetype, is because Jersey exists. Mighty Slugger with a Jersey, and now maybe Dunker with a Jersey. Nigga. Book of Moon, a monster. Shit, you got 0 defense. You are gonna die, nigga. 3,500 attack. It just seems so dirty that you can do that shit. But don't blame me. Blame Konami.